Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 1st of May and this time we'll bring you some news regarding D4, which of course is otherwise known as Dark Dreams Don't Die. Now of course, just a couple of days ago we had a confirmation that it would be making its way to the PC, but now I actually have an update for you, as we do have the minimum and recommended system requirements for the title, as well as a few details regarding what changes have been made from the Xbox One version when porting it over to the PC. Now I'll go through those changes with you quickly before I get down to the nitty gritty of the actual specs. Now basic controls of course used to connect with the Xbox One version, including the QTEs, have been removed and revisions have been made so the entire game can be played with the mouse. So basically, yeah, fully mouse driven, and of course you can use a controller, I'm assuming, like you could on the Xbox One version. Now the interface has been tweaked and there have been PC settings added for resolution, windowed or full screen mode, VSync on or off, dynamic shadowing on or off, and subtitles. Hopefully there's a few more options than that, but that's all that's been detailed here. Now, Access Games did say that 60 FPS is possible under the recommended system specs, as well as of course faster loading times, and naturally all the DLC, including the outfits and clothing, will be included with the PC version. And of course the usual Steam achievements, badges, trading cards and cloud saving. Unfortunately there's not yet any information regarding the release date or the price, but of course we do yet have the specs, so let's move on quickly to the minimum specs. So, OS-wise, what you'd expect, Windows 7 or 8. CPU though is at least a Intel Core 2 Quad Q955O at 2.83 GHz or AMD CPU or equivalent. 6 gigs of RAM. GPU is nothing crazy obviously. GeForce GTX 470 or an AMD Radeon HD 6870 with 1GB of VRAM. Display has to be at least 720p, but to be honest I think most of you have easily smashed out of the park. DX is 11 as you might expect, and there's 10 gigs of free space required for the hard disk, so not too bad. Moving on though to slightly more meatier specs, but still pretty manageable for the recommended. OS is of course the same. CPU though, you'll need at least an Intel Core i7 4770K at 3.5 GHz or AMD CPU equivalent. 8 gigs of RAM. GPU wise, you'll need a GeForce GTX 670 or an AMD Radeon HD 7850 with 2 gigs of VRAM. This of course will support 1080p, and 20 gigs of free space required for this one. I'm guessing HD textures or something like that is to blame for the extra free space required, but is not exactly crazy in comparison to some next gen games. So there you have it, some very interesting news for a very weird and wonderful game. This is genuinely one of the odder games I've played, and I did manage to make my way through the entirety of Killer 7, so I don't say that lightly. Anyway, that's me done for this video, and I'll see you next time.